Should the Sixers trade Matisse Thybulle? Hell no. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the Sixers Break Room. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Sixers Break Room, TikTok too. I'm on TikTok doing some film breakdowns as well, so follow me on all social medias at Sixers Break Room. Now, we need to talk about this Bleacher Report article. They came out with this article with every player each NBA team should trade. And if you scroll down LMNOP, you get to the Philadelphia 76ers, and they say that the Sixers should move on from Matisse Thybulle. In fact, to quote it, it says, once considered one of the Philadelphia 76ers' better young players and trade assets, Matisse Thybulle is barely hanging on to a rotation spot in 2022-2023. The arrival of De'Anthony Melton, who provides similar defensive value while also being able to shoot, has probably made Thybulle expendable, at least to the Sixers. And I think that's asset 9, asset 10, asset 11, and asset 12. We need Matisse Thybulle. Did we not just see CJ McCollum go off against us just a couple of nights ago, knocking down 11 threes? Matisse Thybulle is 25 years old, and he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. Matisse Thybulle is 25 years old, and he can guard at a very high level, positions 1, 2, 3, and sometimes 4s, depending on if the other team is going small ball. Can the man shoot? No, he's not a great shooter, but he's 25 years old. He can develop a shot. He just went 3 for 3 from the three-point line on Saturday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I'm not saying that just because he went 3 for 3 on one night that he's all of a sudden a great shooter, but for the season, he is shooting 35% from 3. Okay, now he hasn't made a ton of he hasn't taken a ton of shots, so maybe that's a little bit skewed. Before that game, it was like in the 20s, and just by going 3 for 3, it jumped all the way up to 35%. I understand all of that, but here is the point that I'm trying to make. We can't just keep giving up every young player we have in an attempt to try to win now. It doesn't always work. And if Matisse Thybulle pans out to be a supreme 3-and-D type player, an elite 3-and-D type player, it would be an astronomical mistake to get rid of him right now. We have to stop giving up on guys so damn early. I feel like it happens all the time. A guy disappoints for a season or two, and we want to get rid of him. Or a guy doesn't develop as quickly as we expected, and we want to get rid of him. 25 is super young. Even in the NBA, most primes don't kick in until 27, 28, 29 years old. This guy has a very long career ahead of him, and he's already an elite defender, which is an area of need for us. Take a look at the roster, guys. We do not have a lot of lockdown perimeter defenders. You have De'Anthony Melton, who's a very good defender, and then you have PJ Tucker, very clearly not the defender he once was. Father Time is undefeated. Tobias Harris is serviceable, but he's not a lockdown defender by any means. James Harden, well, it's James Harden. Tyrese Maxey is not a plus defender. Who else you have? Shake Milton is not a plus defender. Cork Miles is not a plus defender. I mean, just look up into Niang is not a plus. We don't have perimeter defenders. You can't just give up these guys and just expect to automatically get better, okay? Not to mention, what are you going to get in return? I highly doubt you're going to get anything in return or anyone in return that does any one thing as good as Matisse Thybulle defends, right? And I feel like we don't think about that as fans. We might get a guy back that's more well-rounded. We might get a guy back who's a better shooter, but we're not going to get an elite three-point shooter, and we'd be losing an elite defender. We're not going to get an elite rebounder, and we're losing an elite defender. We're not going to get an elite wing talent, and we're losing an elite defender. You see the point that I'm making here? Like, I feel like when I go on Twitter, I see all these hypothetical trades all of the time, but I never see an explanation on how it makes us better. Matisse Thybulle is one of the best perimeter defenders in the entire NBA, and he's only 25 years old. If he even becomes an average three-point shooter, he would be an elite role player. If he becomes a good three-point shooter, he becomes absolutely unexpendable. You cannot get rid of a guy like that. I don't know why we seem to always want to get rid of talented players instead of trying to develop those talented players. I understand we're in win now mode, but quite frankly, I think Matisse Thybulle is a guy that you need if you really want to win right now, because who the hell else is going to guard Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown down come playoff time. Matisse Thybulle is going to be a guy you absolutely need. And if he continues to develop into a shooter, he's going to be one of the most important players that this roster has. Only time will tell if Matisse Thybulle becomes a better shooter. But right now, I still don't want to get rid of him. Let me know what you guys think. So sound off in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that jazz at Sixers Breakroom. And I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Peace.